Hey, poker friends, welcome back to another video. Session 4 now for the year. So what I am feeling now, since I've changed a little bit of the display of feeling like the accomplishment of, getting the profit each year or each session, it sort of made me motivate towards doing more sessions at the moment. So I was more eager to go and do a session today. So I was struggling with motivation. So this is a different way just to change things up the way you see the game. We're still not going to push during the early parts of the week, I don't think. But in saying that, I'm starting to feel a bit getting the bug back now, so I feel like I'll be pushing to play a bit more. Anyway, we're currently playing about 7 or 8 tables at the moment. I'll be adding a few more tables, probably no more than probably 9. Just got to make sure we got 8 there so far. There is a lot of people playing at the moment, which means that there's upwards of I think 5,000 people, which is a ton for coin poker. So that's really good for the site. Yeah, it's at 4,800, which is really good for the site. So anyway, we'll open up. Still continue trying to be as tight as possible. Not overly tight in situations. Like we'll definitely loosen up in the later positions and the blinds, but it just depends on the situation. I'm going to call behind with sixes. If you're getting raised on a lot, then we'll probably just fold those sixes or at least raise. Checks to us, it's pretty weird. Alright, let's attack. Use position. Hopefully the opponent's playing fit and fold poker and just folds out here. Very strange he doesn't. Sometimes they check here. Yeah, he could actually have a really strong hand as well. That's one of those situations. We could just check behind as well. Get the free card for the 6. That would have been a better hand. Sixes. So that's the other thing we could have done there. Instead of betting, trying to steal the pot. Check, try to get the extra card. Because it sort of didn't make sense. I mean, the board texture really hit in his range. So a check range, probably more reliable. Unless, of course, they open up with 8s and 9s and then they actually do fold. Ace Kings could still be the best hand against Broadways. 2 9s on the board, less likely to have a 9, so let's continue the pressure. We'll go check on the river. Really wanted to see an ace or a king on the river. If he bets into us, it's just a fold. He had 9. So be it. If he didn't have a 9, then we put our opponent in a bigger, a bigger bind. More of a challenge, but he had a 9, so it was pretty easy for him. But we did slow down. So I believe we, often we'll have the best hand there. If not, we could always catch an ace or a king. I know this time he had 9, but I'm saying if he had pocket jacks or, queen 9 offsuit. It's not a great hand, but we are in late position. Get raised on. We're at the bottom of our range here, so easy fold. Okay, 4-3 is gone. Trash. Jack 9. Definitely keeping the trait of, being pretty tight. And when you're playing, a tighter table, like a tighter range, you can play more hands. You can play more tables. So you're still playing the same amount of hands, just over more tables. 5-2's gone. All right, so I think we've increased to 10. It sort of makes sense that we have done that because there's more people online now, which means there should be, on average, more fish. I'm gonna bet again. I know this is a dangerous board, but we do have the range advantage here. And if we're wrong, hopefully it's bucket 10 on the river, and then just jam. And he might give us value with his king queens and 2 pair top hands. Okay, we've got the 8. We're just going to jam this one. I don't think he's going to have a flush. Don't think he's going to have a flush, so he has a flush. Wow. Okay. Just unfortunate. Pretty unfortunate there, I think. But I was expecting him to call with 2 pairs or a set. No, that's the problem when people are playing a lot wider, is the variance is real. So we can't really alter our play, because I think we could see someone who has 9-6 suited will definitely, have king queen or a set, and they will call, a board that looks like a straight. Probably any other hand, we probably would have check folded. I mean, any other card that comes out in the river. Raise the queens. Sometimes it happens, though. I guess you just a bit annoying, especially when you're trying to have a tally of how much money you make through the year. Let's get a fold. Jack 9 will be safe. All right, bets. We'll just call. Hopefully get a queen. Could probably fold as well. All right, raising with 9s. Okay, money made easy. We're just gonna call this one and hopefully just jams. Hopefully he doesn't have a set. If he's got a set of aces, so be it. Let's check here. Hopefully the board pairs up. Board hasn't paired up. King 10 does get there. 10-9 does get there, but it's one of those hands where... Oh yeah, jacks. Wow. All right, so slow playing. He hit his set. Ace queen. We're just gonna fall behind. Someone open raised 4 big blinds. And 3 betting with 3s. Just trying to get the blinds out. We'll take the win pre-flop with 3s. Bit of a dangerous board now, so I'm gonna go for a check raise. The board texture has changed. It is on the uppish side though. His raise was a little bit higher as well. Ace king get a 3 bet as well. Pull behind with a7. I know I've been folding a7s a lot. So this is a spot where we're gonna have a lot of good turn cards. So we can continue for a cheap price. We're gonna slow down with ace king. If it was a club, I'd probably a club or something that just adds to a straight. Straight, something that adds to a straight or a flush will definitely call behind. But unfortunately with ace king as well, just letting go. Just becomes check fold. All right, got some value. Get a call behind. A7. Just gonna fold this one. Ace high is gonna be no good. Got 2 pair. I don't know about jamming here. Could he have set? I'm not sure. I think we can go on the smaller side of things. Only for the fact that he's not really showing strength here. So if we bet small, hopefully he does call with a jack. If he doesn't, that's okay. 3 big blinds. Just gonna call behind. It is a small amount. 10-9. Just gonna call. Go position. We'll raise with ace king. Goes all in. Easy fold. Although he's short stack, so it might not be easy. Actually, going to bet with 10-9. We've only got 10 high, and he's going to have a lot of Broadway high. So we're going to be losing there. So we put some pressure on while we're drawing. Question is, do we jam? I'm going to fold. If it was ace king suited, I'd probably fold. It's going to let go. He's raising. But yeah, we've got a gut shot at the same time. If we miss, it gets really expensive. I really want him to either call or just fold. Just preferably just fold and win a small pot. Yeah, at the moment it's playing silly. Actually, we'll drop that table down with the 200 big blinds. It's cool behind with ace 10. You could probably ask the 3-bet. I don't want to keep their trashy suited connectors in. Don't want them to fold. And if we do 3-bet and they 4-bet, we sort of potentially hook ourselves off a good hand. I think we're up to date with everything. Sort of every now and again, the bug. I'm going to check behind. We do have a backdoor. So backdoor flush, also potential to a backdoor straight, but now with the 6 of hearts comes out, not the case. All right, we're back in. Get a call. Cheap price. Hopefully get a 10 on the river. Don't think we can raise though. Unfortunately, yeah. 3-way pot. We're going to let this one go. Heads up, maybe they bluff and we can call and they've got, they show a misdraw. In a 3-way pot and he's betting into 2 people. It's safer to think that he's got, at least a hand. We've only got like a second best hand, or I think it was 3rd pair hand by then. I think it was the Jack and the king were out, so. And if an ace comes out, makes our decision a little bit harder. Queen 9 suited folding. In the small blind, no, not in the small, in the later positions, we'll play it. But it's just my new adjustment. We're not playing those hands from middle position. All right, let's see. It's gone. King 4 trash. But yeah, let me know what you reckon about the ace king. Would you guys would have jammed? I went for the safe option that time. Although given the time of week, probably jamming is probably more profitable based on the player pool. It's going to fold 5-4 suited. Yeah, it seems tight. We do complete the action. But the multi-way pot more likely to run into reverse implied odds. Ace 10 could 3-bet there, but he's in early position, so we'll fold. So maybe in the cutoff we start raising those type of hands, but against early position, we're going to be facing a lot of 4-bets and forced to fold. You'll see we're doing a lot more folds now. Some of you should be proud. In that sense, sometimes it's taking a break. Sometimes taking a break from the game helps you reset, helps you remove all the new things in your game that you've learned, and it sort of hurts your game. And then you can decide what you want to keep in your game. So for me, sometimes the calling with potential of high equity turns is something I'm keeping. Full flat with ace jack, we could do for a squeeze. But yeah, playing too loose in the middle position and early position is something we can get rid of. Okay, so interesting. We do have a potential royal flush. Better check it. It's a dynamic board. Someone could raise here quite easily. We can handle a raise. At the same time, we have the world in our hand, but at the same time, our hand could drop everything. So we're definitely calling. We're drawing to the nuts. So king, queen. I'm going to fold actually that one. Check behind. Check with the ace jack. Do have a gut shot. Now we're going to raise this one up. Put some pressure on him. I'm going to jam this one because he's got a call with an ace. It looks like we're just denying the chop. He's got a call with an ace. Beautiful. So remember that too. That's why they always say you think people will say it's bad to chop, call for a chop. That's the reason why. Especially when the nuts is out there and you don't have it. So we'll definitely take that one. All right. So now we're potentially up the session. Now we've got 8 tables going. So we drop a table when it hits 200 big blinds. I mean, we could keep those tables open if we really wanted to. But at the moment, I'm happy just to hit and run and start a new table if we start running short. I mean, we're in for a sprint. We're not here for hours on end. I mean, if you're doing hours on end, maybe you're better off having deeper stacks, because that's where the true profit is. It's a dead board. People are going to see bet this way too often. We'll throw a bet in and see what happens. We still could have the best hand against king highs. I could full bet light here, but I'm not going to. Yeah, definitely could have. Probably went for the 21 big blinds. Yeah, king, queen, we could raise there. Also fold. Queen, jack will defend. That's the blind battle. Top pair will defend. Also got back flush. Yeah. Pretty cool. We got a gut shot. We'll bet again. Try and get rid of the hand. Checks to us. We're going to bet this one. Do have a gut shot and we do have a flush draw as well. And just check behind. So that was the plan. Hopefully he could easily have a better hand, but he could also be drawing a lot. Yeah, Jack 7. So he didn't really have anything. So that's why you don't throw the bet in on the river. If you throw the bet in the river, he could be jamming there. And he could have a bluff. And then you're in a tough spot. So and if your hand can't handle a raise or a shove, just check behind. We made our value while he was trying to catch a straight. He had an open ender, I believe. We'll open up king, queen suited. So we've got 8 tables, 16 essentially. Sitting probably about 81. probably 82 at the moment for the bankroll. So we're probably sitting on about $3 at the moment profit for the session, given the bad loss straight away. Top pair, good session so far. I'll open up King Jack, even though I've been folding pretty tight. It's not under the gun though. It is from middle position. So just focusing more on discipline. We can still use our hand reading abilities to turn a profit though. I mean, even if you play badly, your skills don't just evaporate out of nowhere. One of my skills is hand reading because I've played so many hands in the past. And that's the reason why I can throw in value bets, thin ones as well. And I don't need to see the action. I just don't need to even see when he makes the call, when the hand, what hand he has. You know, I called he had the ace. I'm probably just gonna check fold with Jack 10. Don't really have much of anything there. And because we're out of position as well, we'll raise fours. Remember, people don't fall bet enough in the micros. Okay, we got a set. We want the board to pair up. Hopefully, it doesn't have kings because sometimes in the micros they don't fall bet kings even. They don't fall bet ace king, but we want them to have ace king. Okay, just keep going with the kings. We do potentially have, with the king's hand, we potentially have a straight coming out for us. It's going to be a lot more scarier with the straight coming out. All right, this is, if he's got queens, he's got a straight now. It's an easy check behind. He could easily have pocket tens, pocket jacks, pocket tens, pocket nines. It's just, we're just going to lose that one most times. It just wasn't a great board for us. It was one of those boards we didn't actually beat anything. Yeah, he had a queen. He had queen jack. So unfortunately, he just got it on the river. But we were smart enough just to check behind. In the cutoff, so we'll bet. We'll open up. Okay, we'll bet this one. Hopefully it doesn't have ace of spades. Okay, we're just going to jam this one. He's short stacked. Chop. Ooh, close to get a spade. Club. Would have been nice to get a club. Not for the person that doesn't have a club, though, obviously. It's sort of one of those times where it's very upsetting. All right, we'll get the free card. Ring to a 7. Straight, hopefully. Check, check. I'm actually going to bet this one. I went check, check on the flop, check, check on the turn. So we'll throw the bet in and get some value from our nines. I mean, they could still have a 10. And if Broadway comes out on the river, we've misplayed it. I'm going to pull behind with ace 8. He's deep stacked as well. We're not deep though. I think we're just going to fold. Everyone's in the hand though. Oh, actually not. Just going to fold this one. Yes, we hit the ace, but we do lose the ace king, ace queen, ace jack. Essentially, I just wanted to get say a club. I did got a club, but I prefer 2 clubs. We'll defend king 9. So what am I after with the king 9 now? I'm after, he's probably going to c-bet way too often. Now we're going to bet. He showed weakness there. The 10 doesn't really help though. It probably decreases fold equity. So probably betting there is probably a mistake. If he's got pocket pairs that beat us, he might actually fold now. Like, what about small pocket pairs? We'll continue because it come out as a flush. We have been playing quite tight, so we're going to get a few more folds. If it was anything else other than a flush or a straight, we probably would not have bet there. And remember, he did have a caps range once he checked the flop. He was saying he didn't have pockets, like premium pockets, like aces, kings, or queens. Not sure how long the session's going to go for. Normally, I've been doing the sessions for about an hour. Been working pretty well. But I'm also going to be basing it on 2 factors: whether or not distractions get home, so the family gets home, and there's a bit of noise in the background. So I won't be playing then. Also, if my focus is dropping off, then I'll stop playing. Yeah, and just depending how the quality of my play as well. If I feel like my quality's dropped, or I'm just not getting the cards, I could be dropped. I could just stop playing. All right, so I got jacks opening up from there under the gun. Someone 3-bets will probably call. If someone 3-bets often, say if you've got a regular that 3-bets often, you could 4-bet jacks. You got to think about the range they're playing. If you think, if you're in the cutoff and you got jacks and you know someone's going to be 3-betting you a lot, jacks does become a value bet. Jacks get a bet there with the king high board. A king high board comes out. We can represent the king. He doesn't know if we got ace king. He doesn't know if we got jacks. And if he does call, hopefully we do spark a jack. That would be even better. Let's open up another table. A little bit slower going. So we'll open up 2 more tables. That's 10. But we'll make sure we continue playing tight. Not to the extent that we're in net, but at the same time, instead of playing, 23% of hands, 25% of hands, we're probably more on the cusp of playing like 16%, 18% of hands roughly. And the more tables you're playing, probably the less is best. The smaller amount, just to tighten up, just a touch. If you're playing less tables, then you probably can pay attention to the fine tunings of, who's raising way too much when and where. At this stage, we're just making value from people overfolding. We can get this one. Try and get him to fold. Overfolding, overcalling, just trying to really. Okay. Got told. Got a good hand, so we'll just get out of the way. People typically don't lie too much in the micros. They do bluff randomly, but those players that just ran with King 4, just shoving all in, just any two, so rare. It does happen, but it's rare. We're gonna call. Queens could raise, but 10 big blinds is quite high. Looks like a check fold, the ace. Interesting if they all check. The button checks behind. He doesn't. Let's just let go. I've been removed from the table. We imposed ourselves back on the table. Alright, we'll open up. We know this guy's a reg. He might be paying attention to us to know that we're a little bit tighter. Sometimes they want to just stay out the way. And we just focus on the bad players. And that's probably a compliment to him saying he's a good player. So. But we will still try and steal the blinds from him. Or raise the 4. Interesting. He raised one big blind. Not falling for the one big blind trick with the aces, but at the same time, you know, the hearts come out the board. The thing is, the hearts come out, it's going to be so expensive unless we flop the flush. Maybe it's still a call. With, you know, being in the small blind, just not interested. And we're going to be charged. We're going to be denied equity there too. With the big blind, with that raise being 12 big blinds. It's a bit of a higher raise as well. It's not a small raise. We raised the 4. And then he raised even more, like really high. Oh, actually raised 3 times, so no, it's still decent. We do block an aces, but so he could have kings. Well, I think about it. Maybe I should have called. All 3 bet, non-suited against the cutoff. We'll rep the ace, and also we can get a diamond on the turn. If he's calling, you know, with tens, jacks, all the hands that beat us with pockets, he's going to do a ton of folds. Check behind, but now we're drawing to the nuts. If a diamond does come out, jamming, but yeah, unfortunately missed. We'll open up with Queen 10. Queen 9's a fold, but Queen 10 will open. I mean, it's close. let's flat ace 9. We're in the small blind though, so you should be raising or folding. Just gonna check top pair with queen 10. Our kick is not great. Okay, second pair. Pulling behind. Alright, so we're going for a flush here in this blind battle. Because we checked here, now he's betting. Let's call 1. He senses weakness. If he bets again, we're folding, but unless we hit our hands. Alright, I'm gonna call. Do have a flush draw. Do have a second best hand, second pair. Ace 9, just gonna fold this one out. We missed it. I'm gonna bet it. All in, okay. Fold. Just unfortunate that we didn't actually want to fold here. I want him to fold. Since he's taken so long. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Didn't open up, so we queen jack. We went the original razor. We're just gonna fold. We had position with the ace 10 hand as well. Or with the, what was it? The ace high flush hands that we're drawing to, and we missed. But we were, I think it was ace 10. But we were drawing, and we had position, so we could throw in a bluff. He didn't show strength. And I think a lot of hands beat us that probably question, he could have pocket pairs, smaller pocket pairs, second best hand, second pair hand. Okay, I got to bet this one. King 8, no, king queen. Trying to get his ace highs to fold. He didn't raise us, so if he didn't raise us, he might have ace rag, which does beat us, and he could fold. If he's got baby pairs, he's folding. Also beats us. Alright, so continuing the pressure. Like to see a fold now. We'll defend with queen 7 suited in the big blind against the button range. Third pair. Alright, we're not going to defend. Alright, we'll defend. We'll call with the queen 7. We do have third pair. And look at that, we fold straight. Checking, and we'll open ender here. Bet it. Probably check folding. Queen 7. No one bet. No one bet the raise. Unfortunate. King 10 we're definitely betting. Let's randomly throw a bet in for 7-3. Don't think it's going to be great. Going for the 3/4 size for the straight draw. For the straight, the ace 4 hand. Calls. Nice. So he could have had a set. He could have had 2 pair. Could have had over pair as well. We only missed value on the flop. I thought someone else might actually do the betting for us. Bit of a dead board. We're going to bet this one. Not showing much strength here. We'll try and steal it. Use position. Queen, let's open. Fold jack 4 suited. We'll defend King Jack. No, we'll actually raise it to 10. We'll do a squeeze with King Jack. Get hands like Ace Queen, King Queen, probably to fold. Hopefully. So remember, they don't fall bet enough. All right, we'll flat 8s in position. Somewhat small SPR, but not a great flop for 8s though. Yeah, 8s are just going to fold here. In other situations, we could probably just jam. Like, for some reason, if it was like 2-2-5 or something like that, we could probably jam and hopefully get Ace King to call. All right, so the Ace Queen there is, wow, all betting. Okay, we get rid of that one. All right, so we put some pressure on the button, the Ace Queen hand. Gonna see better and then just give up. Hopefully, just folds on the flop. Given our tight range. Oh, yeah, we'll slow down now. Now the other question is, should we have done this? We could still have the best hand, the ace high. Took him a while to bet though. Oops. I'm gonna defend. Sure, he's folding. Alright, King's got a 3-bet. Open up the ace jack. Alright, I'm gonna fold. There's so many bad rivers. Kings are gonna bet, even though it was ace high board. Then raises, so easy fold. Someone like queens or jacks aren't gonna play in that way. So we get our answer without spending too much. Gonna call one more with 4s. Just reback King Queen from gets the cut off. Turns a 5, but there was 2 2s and a 10, so we do beat a lot of broadways. Nine's gone. I think we're gonna call one more. The King's not a great card. The reason why I do call the turn is there is flush draws, there is possibilities that we're gonna have him beat. But as soon as the King comes out, the King Queen comes out, and that does beat us. Checks behind would be interesting. Maybe he's got Ace Queen. I don't know. If he's got Ace Queen, yeah, he doesn't have Ace Queen. 3-betting jacks from the small blind. You could probably 3-bet Queen Jack offsuit. against the cutoff. A range bet. Do have top set. Easy for our opponents not to have anything. And I get a check here like we've got nothing. We've got a book. Alright, we've got the nuts, but we look like we're trying to get him to fold. It was a difficult hand to get any value from, especially because we checked. We probably should not have checked, but probably could have bet a little bit larger with the ace being on the river. So probably should have at least half pot or 3/4 pot that one. Raise king jack. There's a single one big blind. Okay, we'll put some pressure on. Dead board. Hard for him to connect to any of that. Over fold. We'll open up queen jack from the cutoff. Queen 4, gonna fold. If it's queen 7, probably call. Gonna bet this one. We do have a gut shot, and we've got top pair. But I'm more encouraged. I'm more happy about the gut shot than anything. 10-7's gonna fold. The reason why I fold there is 3-way pot. More chances of running into a higher flush. Out of position as well. Fold ace queen. I was gonna raise, but seems like a regular too, so. Yeah, he's on all the other tables as well, so I think folding is fine. Twos need to hold up, so we're going to bet this one. Still got one table going okay. We're going to drop that one. Open up the queens. Get one more. If he's got a 10, he's happy. Don't think an 8 plays that way. Alright, I'm going to flat queens. This one's 3-bet though. Queens have been okay for us. Alright, ace 9, a little bit wider from the button. The other hand, small blind as well. Given no one else opened up, we'll open our range. So we do have a gut shot with jack 8. I'm going to raise it actually. Make a play. We'll call one that's pretty small. Could have an ace in his hand. If he's got an ace and we spot a queen, we're definitely not getting charged. Jack 8. Definitely going to raise. We'll raise to 16. If he raises again, I think we're going to fold. Alright, queens, we bluffed him. Oh, he's going to hold. We're going to be steady with 5s. But with the queen hand, he showed weakness. We had position on him, so we could call a cheap C-bet. And just pick up the pieces. Here I'm going to bet because we've got a gut shot. So if we're wrong, We do have a 4 coming out, hopefully. He's going to make a ton of folds. Just use in position. I probably did misplay that hand with the pocket twos earlier. We were out of position. More likely to do folds in position. Nines are gone. Would have been 2 pair, but really probably couldn't rally in that one. 10-8 suited, we'll let go. If we're a little bit deeper stacked, we can widen up a little bit more. I'm going to raise with King Jack suited against the button range. If we'll make the fold, we'll take the win. Open up Queen 10 off. Fold Queen Jack. Yeah, it is pretty tight. In the cutoff, I'll definitely open, but early positions, middle position, not likely. Let's raise nines. Against the small stack as well. Be asking ourselves whether or not we're jamming, but at the moment, when we bet they, we'll fold. But if there was nothing higher than a 9, we could probably call and jam. Queen does hit his range. A7's folding. I'm gonna raise, widen my range a little bit against this guy. This guy seems to be playing quite aggressive at the moment. So if you see someone always playing in hands, you can widen your range against them. He's got position here, so hopefully just get a fold. Beautiful. Haven't had a double up for a while. Okay, folded to our 3-bet. Interesting. Raise 4 big blinds, ace queen suited. We'll open up 3s. Yes, it's pretty tight. Probably shouldn't open up under 6s from under the gun. Probably a 6 max floor of mine. Even 9 table, I'll probably still just out of habit play those baby pairs. You could just see we made that fold. Ace 3 suited we call open raise under the gun, which is loose. With the 7-8 suited we folded. Could be a hand that we do 4-bet. Bit of a gut shot. It's gonna check behind actually. Crappy Jedi, it's raising. Defend King 7. But King's gonna raise. Still got one more. Still could be drawing with the. Still be drawing with the. We still got the gut shot, but the ace could still play if it comes out. High board runs into our range. We're gonna bet it. If he jams, we're just folding. Ace queen just getting out of there. Missed the check. So hopefully we don't see that hand from Crappy Jedi. We'll raise King Jack. If I jam here, he's gonna have a 10. If I don't jam here, he's not gonna have a 10. Do a ton of folds. Right, we're gonna give up this hand now. He literally could have anything, that guy. Alright, calls, jams, raises. We're gonna fold. Probably chasing a flush. Alright, we'll call with ace queen. We do play well post flop. Yeah, we folded. Probably could have called. 2 overcards. Maybe possibly still in play. Alright, so a couple of plays against these short stacks haven't come off. We'll have to question ourselves. Although this time might be different. We do have a 10. So with the ace shack, we're raising gets under the gun because they raised one big blind, opened up one big blind. Been a little bit quiet. Been a little bit quiet lately with the hands. So haven't really have made some big hands lately. We got 9 tables going. Alright, just making a mental note now that Papa is going to be 4-betting a little bit wider. So we could probably start calling a little bit wider now. We're going to open ender, we're going to bet it. Jack 10. We are out of position as well. And we missed, so we just check fold. Raise with the checks. Defend ace 10, we do have a suited. No spade. Jacks are in defense mode. We'll defend ace queen. Not gonna raise though. Backdoor flush. So we're not going to go anywhere unless someone bets and then raises huge. Jack of spades comes out, king of spades comes out, it's huge, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Big blind pushes it out of that hand. Okay, we'll defend. Remember, Papa probably thinks we have a fold. Got an ace now. So we're going to get some value from queens, a lot more than usual. He will bet. No, he doesn't bet. Let's roll bet in, see what happens. Get some value from a queen maybe. Probably should have raised it. Just 1 or 2 big blinds and see if we can get a call. Yeah, really slowed down at the moment with the tables. Haven't really had any strong hands. There's little measly hands here and there. We failed attempts at getting the pot. A few successful ones as well. Main thing is we just remain disciplined and focused somewhat. Probably the short stack has killed us a little bit, so maybe we need to change our strategy on them. We have ace high against the cutoff, so ace 8 suited against the cutoff, we bet. If we just call behind, then the big blind could turn up with hands that does beat us and then raise even more. Three's got a C bet there. Hopefully get some folds. If he calls, threes are just gone dead in the water. Second pair with ace 10. Opening up from the button with 10-3. So I'm looking for a check now on the turn. Sevens need to hold up. Over bets, we'll just go out of there. Yeah. So king queen offsuit under the gun fold. Jacks don't change anything. Another jack comes out. He's either got a jack and we're behind, or if he's got tens or nines and eights, he could still have missed and still get 2 overcards. So I think we could still get plenty of folds from him. With a gut shot with 7-5. Over bets though. Easy to fold. Three's gone. There's only 4,200 people playing now. Raise to 9. Pocket aces against the cutoff. We would be doing this with a little bit lesser than this. Alright, 3/4 bet. King 10's a little bit nasty though. Check call with jack 8. We'll continue the pressure. He could easily have a king queen, king jack. Second pair, just trying to get the showdown. We've got a showdown value hand. Alright, we're just going to bet 2 big blinds. Hopefully get pocket 10s, pocket 9s to call. Jack 9 under the gun folded. A couple of tight folds under the gun. That's just the way we're looking at the game at the moment. We'll raise 10s. Against under the gun though, it's a bit of a question mark. We're happy for it to go call all around. Don't want him under the gun to raise here. Probably a bit of a disaster. What we don't mind is if everyone checks to us. Oh, now we've got an open ender and we get a free card. Yeah, it's jacks could be in someone's range. Because the flush is there. Oh, cool. Yes, we got an open ender, but we still don't have. We're drawing to nothing at if they've got 2 hearts. So this makes the call even worse. Goes all in. Someone's gonna have hearts. No, Queen Jack. They got a book. Well, they had a book anyway, and we're in trouble. Alright, we've got a set, we've got a bet into him. 2 players, it's a dry board as well. Dry board. This guy's got a call with an ace. Going for stacks. Hey, just the auto call. We left 50 cents on the table. Or 50 big, 0.5 big blinds. Dropped ourselves a little bit there. Instant calls though. Did he have ace king? I'm not sure. Hopefully one of the tables is now sitting pretty high, over 150 big blinds. This one is. Nice. It didn't show though. All right, raise the sevens. We'll bet this one, and we're betting to fold. Hopefully he folds for us. And after a loss, the last hand he lost, he's going to be over folding the next few hands. If he's not tilting, that is. Yeah, he folded, so it's fine. Seven's got a little win. So normally I do fold from the big blinds with 6-4. We're going to call though, because we do have a backdoor and we hit a 6. Do we raise? I don't think so. Yeah, we just didn't want to see that king coming out. We wanted to see another 6. That would have been good. Okay, flush draw with ace 9. Can get a club. Was going to open up 5-4 suited. Decided not to. Probably can from the cutoff. Trying to get to the river. Trying to get as cheap as possible to get those flushes with the ace 9. Get a bit small. Happens. If someone's got a flush, they could be raising there as well. Unfortunately, though, they're going to be raising with the book. It looks like they folded anyway. Pocket 6s. Fold a7. We'll throw in a bet here. A chance that our opponent hasn't hit. If we do hit the miracle 6, then hopefully I do have a jack. Get some stacks in that way, but I'll open up twos. Right, we'll open up queen 10, small blind steal. Take it. We'll call. Look at a raise with ace jack. Vandal has been playing quite aggressive. Alright, I'm gonna flat. King queen. Do you have a gut shot? Definitely interested now, but whether or not we hit the flush. We hit the ace. I don't know if we should get value there, but don't think the ace. No, maybe we should have just bet, even if it's small. Jack 9 of the guns fold. Okay, we'll bet and get some value, hopefully. I don't know, Queen Jack could call. Probably should have bet a little bit smaller. Since we want to get some of the value from, middle pair hands. Are they really going to call it big bet? I don't think so. Queen Jack's probably the only hand that might continue. It is a regular too, so. Big worm, gonna raise you. Hopefully he's got some type of hand where he wants to claim vengeance on us. Okay, value from ace queen, queen jack. Okay, Vandal is a. Oh, I'm gonna fold this one. Blackwater could shove. Sometimes it's best just to get out of the way. King Jack offsuit. We're on the button, but we're gonna raise, try and isolate someone with smaller stack under the gun. Alright, it's gonna fold. We do have position there though, but not interested. There to isolate, not play games. One big blind raise with premium pairs. We're gonna get caught out with that. Happy just to get out of the way. I mean, he raises higher with, and we only got King Jack offsuit, and it looked like the small blind was coming along as well. The small blind being in there as well was a problem, because he's technically gonna have a tighter range. Although if he thinks that we're regular and we're just trying to punish the weaker player, then he's gonna have a weaker range as well. Is he gonna think that much? The average player probably doesn't. We could probably fold there. Value term tax. I like that name. Not the tax part though. Barabijon. That was on Vikings, I think. Ironhide, silver, silver. It was Ironhide. The guy that couldn't get killed, the sun. No, just gonna fold. Under the gun, raise one big blind. We've seen him do this before and then raise. I'm not gonna fall for it. And we're in a small blind. Should be pretty tight in the small blind. I will leave the tricks to him. In the sevens, we could have probably c-betted there. Decided against it though. Alright, we'll defend 8-6. We have a gut shot. We can put pressure on him. Main thing is we do have position. Sevens are gone. Even if a 7 does come out, there is some bad chances that this is going to have a higher set. So we'll raise King Jack. Vendela seems to have replaced the other Papa. Now Papa's here though, but we replaced him. Okay, we've got a gut shot. I'm going to bet this one. We've got aces. We'll open up from the button. We're wider from the button, so hopefully do get some action from the big blind. So hopefully he wakes up with an ace, king, ace, jack. He likes the 3-bet. Way ahead, way behind. Not really happy with the aces since the queen's doubled up. But we've been playing straightforward against each other. Apart from the one big blind that he's been doing under the gun. Apart from that, we've been playing quite ABC towards each other. So yeah, he folded also. Hits his range more than us, so I get a check. So we've hit an ace. Definitely going to get some value. It could be our kick though, so we're not going to go for the river bet. The bet on the turn's pretty much going to try and get calls from, say, straights or second paired hands. But once we bet again, and let's just say straight comes out, you just say for the check behind. You never know, we could be still out kicked because we only had ace with the baby kicker. Don't want to be value betting ourselves. Seven comes out, we have a straight, but we're at the bottom end of things, so we can check folds in order. Raise sixes. Everyone went check, check. I'm just going to try and steal it. If no one wants it, we'll take it. Unfortunate flushes out there. Also, we probably shouldn't have went for the steal because two other people were in the hand. More people in the hand, the less likely it's going to work. Alright, just check it behind. We go for a check raise maybe here. We have top set. We do have traps. King Queen against the 3-bet will fold. It's the reg. Ace 10 was either 3-bet or fold. Went for the fold. We're a bit deeper stacked. Oh, cool. Hit a 3, but no clubs. Sort of making a play. Fortunate we didn't get a 3. I'm going to call. He could have a flush though. Does. But it wasn't a big pot. Raise against the cutoff. Sort of ate us a little bit of an eat there. Sort of hurt us a little bit with the against the 2-3. Probably should have just followed that one. Also, there's the fact that we could have just probably followed the river with the other one as well, but we did have trips with top figure. Didn't 3-bet, so we'll put some pressure on. Alright, so we're playing 3-way. It looks like some of the tables are dropping off, so we'll defend. Obviously, he's targeting us. What we'll do is, I think we'll cancel the tables, have a bit of a break. If I play another session, I'm not sure, but probably might just call it. Because things aren't happening now. They were happening earlier on. We started off really bad, and then we had a couple of winning hands. But the last half an hour has been pretty dead. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll cancel it. Alright guys, we're going to cancel it. We'll stop it here. And we'll see how we go from there. We've still got over $80, but it hasn't been the best of sessions. But we'll take it. I might play another session later, and which I'll record as well. I'll try and play more sessions within the weekend, and probably at the start of the week I'll probably drop off a bit of that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.